Hey everybody, Chris here. So today I'm going to talk about the rib scale a little bit. I'm doing a new rib scale for this Hamburg Steinway. And so on the left here in these three columns, is the original scale. And then here's my new one. And of course the links don't change. So this scale, how I analyze a scale, I run it through a computer. But I look for two numbers, and those numbers are right here. The height to width ratio, and the fiber stress. So over the years doing this, I've come to settle on 80/80s. And so as you can see, this is an 84/90. So what that means is that the height is too high compared to the width, and that overall the strength of these ribs is a little on the weak side for it to have a higher fiber stress like that. How these numbers are derived are I get the sum of these numbers, I add them up and then divide by how many there are, and then I multiply that times 100 and then divide by the sum of these, and then that'll give you the height to width percent. And it's also laid out in following the length curve. If you put all these lengths on a graph, you would end up with a certain curve, something like this. It'd be something like this, about like that. So then this also has to follow that curve. So yeah, see, larger here, larger here. That's because this is not following this curve. This, if I remember right, does something like this. Kind of like that. So it's really roughed in. So I smooth out that curve to match the length curve. Very important. Okay, so here's my rib stock. I got it roughly laid out. What I got to do next is cut them to length and make them all. I make them, see, what's my widest rib? 95.95 is make them all 0.95s as a starting point, and then I'll reduce them from there. Okay, so I've got all the ribs installed there. Did all the scalloping and shaping of the rib. I shape the ribs a little differently than everybody else. Let me show you an example here. So my rib profile is more squarish. And that's because I go through the trouble to be very precise of the dimensions of the rib. And so to maintain the engineering that I put there, I don't want to round the bottom too much, like you see in a lot of pianos. So another little feature about doing it this way is that actually, in case you don't know, the way that I do it, properly dimension the ribs, on the planer. That's not the way they do it in the factories. It looks completely natural when you watch my videos, but in the factory they rough dimension the ribs and then they hand plane after that. So it's finished off by hand. So as a result of that, the ribs are the fiber stresses is what I'm after. When I engineer these, I'm controlling the fiber stress so that the fiber stress transitions from one rib to another rib in a nice smooth fashion that matches the length curve, as I talked about earlier. Then that way the stresses are distributed more evenly, and I think it makes the board more efficient and operates better. So that's my theory there. I really do. I've done hundreds of boards this way now, and I'm sold on it. And I really think it's a big improvement. I don't seem to have the problems that a lot of the factory boards have, you know, like at the breaks, weakness at the 5th octave. It seems by making that even distribution, it really prevents a lot of stuff. You know, like a lot of problems happen up here where the 5th octave is, and I think that's another result. Usually you see on hand plane ribs, for some reason in this area, I'll see ribs that are under engineered, and I think that's a big cause of that. Anyway, so this is a little video about engineered ribs. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.